into it, but when I saw the Cavs take Collin Sexton, I immediately thought, well, maybe he's a chip to trade to Charlotte to get Kemba Walker if they're trying to get Kemba Walker out of Charlotte.
Sure.
I don't know if there are any other deals that you saw that may lead to other deals, but that was one that kind of stood out to me.
Yeah, I mean, that makes logical sense, right? And the Kemba stuff, the Cavs are well aware. They've got to make some noise here really quick if they want to up the odds of LeBron not leaving town. And I think, honestly, if they did something like that, they'd be in the catbird seat because, I don't know exactly where LeBron is at when it comes to his view and dynamic with Dan Gilbert and whether or not that's a non-starter in terms of him returning. But it does seem that his folks are putting out the message that Cleveland is still not only in the game, but on the short list. And, a move like that would get you in a much better position. The one I wrote about the other day too, they inquired about Kawhi Leonard. I had no traction there because the Spurs aren't helping anybody yet. But the Cavs are not any different than any of these other teams trying to impress LeBron by adding talent, making it more compelling. The Sexton thing, if you're Charlotte, that gives you a guy to turn the page with Mitch Kupchak, obviously leading the way out there. So, no, I can buy that.
I guess the Kawhi Leonard situation, I'll leave you with this, of when does it become untenable? If San Antonio is forced to trade him, that he doesn't want to stay there, what is the time frame for that when they'll know it and be willing to try to put together a deal?
Well, I think the talked about and reported aspect of this is that even if they mend fences and they get it to a place that doesn't have acrimony relationship-wise, they can offer him a 5-year, $215 million extension on July 1st. There have been things written and reported in the media that would seem to indicate that, not surprisingly, they're very, very hesitant or maybe just completely unwilling to offer that extension. So timeline-wise, if July 1 comes and goes and they don't offer that extension, the wise people are going to put this thing into hyperdrive and say, it's time for us to go. We have no interest in simply playing out this contract and letting you control his future.
Yeah, because I'm wondering how long Popovich is going to be there. Like, does that factor in at all with Kawhi Leonard?
I would assume so. I think it factors in a little bit with all these top-tier players. He's got the Team USA responsibilities. The 2020 seems to be, kind of the projected or speculated upon time-ish where we wonder if he's going to keep going.
Yeah.
Mike Finger of the San Antonio Express News does a great job, and Mike had a good column the other day painting the picture that, that people wondered after Pop's wife passed away so tragically if he was going to walk away this summer. Does he need any of this nonsense? So he's back for next year, but I think certainly it's kind of a year-by-year proposition at this point.
Sam, great stuff. Have fun this week, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it.
Sam Amick, but he's been mispronouncing his name, so it's Sam Amick, USA Today, NBA Insider.
For more Dan Patrick Show.
Kemba Walker. Walker in his 7th season, all in Charlotte, is reportedly available for the taking for the right team. He's averaged just under 22 points and 6 assists a game. Here are his thoughts on potentially leaving Charlotte.
I'd be pretty upset, but like I said, man, I'm here right now, and I put my heart and soul into this team and into this city, so that's what I'm going to do, until everything is over.
Jay Walker, another former All-Star, and I'll ask you guys where you think he might be a good fit in a moment. But first of all, what does this say to you about the state of the Hornets?
Wow. Well, when you take, your player who is the best guy on your team, All-Star, 2 years ago, Matt, this team was feeling good. Get to the playoffs. They had a lot of young players. Kemba Walker was leading the way. a lot of injuries last season. You get healthy this year, you bring in Dwight Howard, and it just has not worked out for this team. So the fact that this is out here leads me to believe that they're probably considering, some sort of rebuild, and which I think is not going to be as easy as when they think with contracts and Batum, and it's not an easy sort of quick fix. But I tend to think that's the case. Who knows? Maybe they think they can swap somebody out, or maybe add a couple of players, addition by subtraction. I'm not quite sure, but I just think rebuild is where they are, because this team.
Kemba Walker